Hey, loves. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. All right, let me explain. So, Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. How easy is that? When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple, Podcast, and more, okay? It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started, okay? I'm going to say this one more time. Download the Anchor app or go to Anchor, that's ANCHOR.FM to get started.
Hello. Thank you all for tuning in today. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome to Life Coaching with Ty. I am Coach Ty, or you can call me Coach T. All right. So today's lesson, today's topic, today's discussion will be dedicated to obedience. Okay, and I am coming to you today from a space where there's plenty of areas where I need to be more obedient in. What does obedience fall under? Something else that we talk about a lot on this channel is self-discipline. Okay, so I'm calling out me. I'm calling out you. I'm calling out. I'm calling out everybody because no one is perfect. And we all have things to work on, and we all need to get in the habit of realizing what needs to be worked on from jump and not when it's too late or when it's affecting your life too badly or when it's leading to depression. And you catch my drift. Okay, so obedience is being mannerable, is behaving, is following direction, staying true to the guidelines, staying true to the law, staying true to, in this case, in today's case, is staying true to your morals, staying true to what you stand on, staying true to yourself. So you can also say that this is kind of dedicated to self-love as well. But when you speak something over your life or when you go by something, you have to stand on that, okay? You cannot receive better if you're not, you can't receive better if you're not doing better, okay? And by doing better, let's say specifically if you're trying to be obedient to weight loss, okay? So being obedient to weight loss would mean coming up with your diet plan, staying true to your diet plan, coming up with your workout plan, staying true to your workout plan, right? Okay, that's easier said than done when you get lazy or you work all day or, you're supposed to meal prep, but instead you stopping by Chick-fil-A or, it's just different things that you're doing that you're not being obedient to the morals that you're putting down in your life to become this next version of yourself, to become this better version of yourself, to become this healthy version of yourself. And in these cycles, you beat yourself up for not doing right when you know how to do right. It's just you don't do right? And even for me, I have worked on myself and I have discipline in a lot of areas, but sometimes when other life obstacles come into play, I'll renege on some of the things I'm working towards. And for me, spiritually, I beat myself up over it. And I get in this little space where I don't really want to be bothered. I know what I need to do. And then it's like I don't know if I get fatigued, but this stagnation comes over me to where I don't want to be. It's like I do want to be productive, but I don't do what it takes to be productive. And even now, I'm coming from a space where I'm fighting to be productive when I don't really want to be. Like, me showing up today for this episode is a step, because I really, everything told me no, everything said don't do it. Not everything said don't do it, but everything in me, like, if the free will in me said not to do it, not to show up today. But I'm showing up today because I am here for a purpose, and I'm here to work through God. I'm trying to become more godly. I'm trying to, just be a woman of my words instead of what I say. And, truly be an inspiration, like, to show people you can have this, or no, to show people you can go from this mindset to this mindset with a plan, with some changes, with some dedication, with some discipline, with some work. You can get there. You don't have to always be the same person. In fact, you shouldn't aim to always be the same person. You should want to grow. You should want to evolve. You should want to become your higher self, get to know yourself. There's always something else to unlock. There's always something else to learn. And there's always something else to do, because if you don't do it, somebody else will, right? All right, so that's, I need to see this. That's obedience when it comes to weight loss, okay? So let's talk about obedience when it comes to love, okay? Obedience when it comes to love is, if you told this person that you didn't want this without this, then you should not give that person anything without getting that, okay? And I'm not talking about anything materialistic. I'm not talking about somebody paying your rent, you giving them some cookie because they paid your rent, or they gave you some weed, or it's crazy these days. So, like, I'm not saying the debt for this should be the respect. You get what I'm saying? Um, a lot of a lot of people these days lack respect for one another. A lot of people these days lack respect for themselves, okay? A lot of people these days are more so comfortable with falling victim to temptation and accepting, um, whatever comes with their actions, versus gaining self-control, taking control of the situation, and fighting for whatever it is that you really desire, whatever it is that you want, okay? Because if you're tempted to do something you didn't necessarily want it, you was tempted, something, caught your attention that made you think about doing it, that wasn't on your mind at first, but since it's here, why not? You get what I'm saying? So, respect, love, and respect. To me, I don't feel like it goes hand in hand anymore. It's oh, what do I want to say? It's like, no, I'm just playing. But no, I'm not gonna say love and respect doesn't go hand in hand anymore. I'm just gonna say I'm seeing more scenarios where I don't really see love or respect in the situation. I see toxic soul ties. I see people comfortable with having sex with a certain person. I see no genuine courtesy, no genuine, I don't see that around me currently. But just because I don't see that doesn't mean that it isn't out there. You get what I'm saying? And that's part of being open minded. So if you're listening to this and you're like me, you don't see what your definition of real love is. You don't see what your definition of respect from a partner is. You don't see any of that. So a lot of times when you don't see it, you don't believe it, because they like to say seeing is believing, but not necessarily. You have to be more open than that. You have to know that it's still a chance for you to get what you want under your. I mean, yes, there'll be sacrifices you'll have to make. Nobody's perfect, but for the most part, the good shall outweigh the bad, versus the bad outweighing the good. Okay. And if you don't, this goes for male or female. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Simple enough. Okay. like, I mean, okay. I can't really speak for everyone, but the type of person I am, if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. And on top of that, before I keep going, also don't put yourself in those situations to where something can happen that you don't want to happen. Okay, because that's self sabotaging, and I can speak on that because I used to do a lot of that back in my day. Okay, and I'm gonna give you an example. So, say for instance, if I was talking to a dude or something and they wanted to meet up with me, they wanted to see me or claim whatever they say. You know how what Netflix and chill or something like that. That sort. So like, when we it's really not funny, but when we text and stuff, like I would agree to link in with them or whatever, but I would ask them what do you really want me over here for? What do you really want to do? Like, what am I here for? They're like, I just want to chill, drink, smoke, whatever we was doing at the time. Okay, so cool. So like that could be how the text message went. But once you go over to somebody's house, it's different. They see you in person. Of course, you're gonna get dressed up to go see whoever you want to see. So there already is a problem. Okay, so well, it's only a problem if you really don't intend, like being intimate with that person or let alone having sex with that person. So like I've been in situations where like I visit and then they want to take it there and I don't want to take it there. And it really just ended up being a waste of everybody's time. But see, my mindset was more so like, if I'm asking you what we're going to do when we get there, let me know if you plan on kissing me or let me know if you plan on doing something to me because I can tell you right here and now that I don't want to do that. But me now knowing being older, everybody don't think like I think. And dudes I see be under the impression that once I get her here, they gonna look good and smell good for you to come see them too, and they gonna think that's just gonna do it for you. But somebody like me, I'd be like, nah, you said we was gonna watch movies and chill. So I am here to watch movies and chill, okay? And so usually after that, I end up leaving and or not talking to that person or that person to try to reach back out again and go through the same cycle and see that they get nowhere. And I'm not encouraging anyone to be that way. In fact, if you operate in that manner, I'm telling you to stop now because you are putting yourself at risk. Okay, you are putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. Okay, if you're at home alone with somebody, you don't know somebody else's strength. You don't know what that person been going through that day. Like if you just don't if you need to be in public, just say you need to be in public. Like that's my whole thing now. Like just where you want to meet at in public, because in public I can do in public, but when we ain't there yet. But in public we can do in public, okay? And preferably in public, not in the city where I stay. Okay, because that's just me as well. But anyways, don't put yourself in those type of situations. And I'm pretty sure in some people that's listening to this that may have fell victim, to rape in those instances. Like, yes, I understand you too, and I understand the situation. And I'm not gonna say I understand the person who takes advantage, but we got to learn how to avoid situations where you can already possibly see the outcome before going into it. Okay, it's a reason that you can already possibly see the outcome. Okay, so you need to take heed of that. Take heed of your thoughts. Take heed of your intuition. Okay, and just keep yourself safe. Okay, so and be obedient to yourself. That's part of being obedient to yourself. I also want to say I'm a day late, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Okay, our job is never ever really done. Okay, I didn't do too much for Mother's Day. I treated my mom. Basically, everybody benefited from Mother's Day, honestly. But I treated everybody to dinner and spent time with my family and did homework, got some good sleep in because I needed some rest. My 3-year-old terrorized the house while I was asleep. I woke up to Fruity Pebbles everywhere and toothpaste. Toothpaste in strange places. So that's how that's how my Mother's Day went. But I wouldn't have spent it any other way. I truly enjoyed myself, and I hope that you out there enjoyed yourself. And also, I just want to say that yes, yesterday was Mother's Day and dedicated to mothers, but every day is Mother's Day. Okay, you are a mother every day from the time you have that child. So every day is Mother's Day. So if somebody else isn't taking out the time for you, you better make sure that you're taking out the time for you, whether it's Mother's Day or not. Like I actually it wasn't even a weekend, but early in the week, I just went out of town for a couple of days, spent some time with my cousin, recouped, and that was just what I needed, a little nice little getaway to be ready to come back to reality, right? So, with that being said, take time out for yourself every day. Take time out for yourself, whether it's a bubble bath every night, whether it's a picnic, whether it's a nature walk, whatever it is, whether it's getting your hair and your nails done, whether it's shopping. I would encourage you to spend more rationally, but if shopping's your thing, hey, that's your thing. But yeah, just make sure you making yourself feel important every day. Because if you're waiting on one day out of a year to feel important for the role that you do all year, you're gonna feel drained out. So I celebrate often, and not in a literal way. Like I said, some of the things I just named, to me, that's self care. That's relaxing me. That's getting me right. Okay. So I hope that you all can listen to this and take heed to these messages. And I was guided to speak on this, so hopefully, if you're tuning in, this was able to help you in some way. Okay, make sure you're standing up for yourself. Make sure that you are doing things that you want to do that resonates with your soul, with your spirit. Okay, because when you do things that don't resonate with your spirit, you constantly feel in chaos and you feel at war with yourself often, and everything's unbalanced, and we don't need that. Okay, so meditate, drink you some water. All right, speak some affirmations over your life, play your favorite tunes, dance to your favorite songs, spend some time outside, get you a sound bowl, raise your vibration, um, balance your chakras, okay? Get grounded. Go outside, walk barefooted, okay? Stand outside for about 18 minutes. Get you some sunlight, okay? Get some of those downloads, okay, that you need. If you know, you know. And it's really that simple. All right. Love and light to all. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay blessed.